Eva Azdaraki, Greek umpire, orders play, and here we go.
This is serve that we saw last night. Remember, the turnaround is pretty quick for Serena. Went to about, what was it, 11:30?
Well, they say she finally got to her room and in bed somewhere around 2:30 in the morning. Two quick points on her serve. The experience of Williams should serve her well. She has 208 wins in just Grand Slam play. Thirteen titles.
Sam Stosur's going to like the forehand-to-forehand exchange between herself and Serena. It's the backhand-to-backhand that she wants to stay away from. Hers isn't nearly as good as Serena's.
She's also going to have a hard time, Mary, with those penetrating, flatter ground strokes of Serena, because she likes to hit a lot of topspin, especially on that forehand side. Need some time. Uh-oh.
Drops in.
Obviously, he's got to be incredibly nervous right now. Stosur trying to get things going. A bit of a miss hit, unlucky there that dropped well in.
Serena's a little jumpy too. Missing 3 first serves in this game.
The only 2 sets she lost, Kim Clijsters 2 years ago in the semifinals. And a double fault, 40-30.
This match is all about the first serve for both of them. Again, we keep talking about how dominant Williams' serve is. Winning over 80% when she gets it in, and about 40% of the time they don't even come back.
With her ace in this game, 53 aces in the championship. That would rank her number 7 on the men's side. And the game to Serena Williams. Well, as a change ends, we're reminded of the very popular Aussie Patrick Rafter.
In 1997, Sam Stosur was 13 years old, late for school because she wanted to see Patrick Rafter win match point at the U.S. Open. And in 1998, he came back and defended that title. Sam said, "I'm not going to school until it's done. I'm watching every point of it." So she's missed a little bit of school.
Good on her.
She likely doesn't know the gross national product of Chile, but that's okay. She probably knows how to win a lot of tennis matches. And this first game is key for her on serve, because this is always a service game that tends to be the hardest for Sam. This will give us a good indication of how ready she is to make a go of this.
It's a lot of action on her serve, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, look, these are 2 of the fittest players out here, 2 of the best athletes. I have 2 of the best second serves.
Trying to go left-handed.
Yeah. The interesting thing is, in women's tennis, second serve is, but they both get about half their second serve points, which doesn't sound like that much, but it just underscores how big a deal it is in women's tennis to return serve. Any second ball, either one of these misses, is something to go after.
Untroubled so far, 40 love.
This is a very nice start for Sam.
It's her second major final. She went to the finals of the French Open 2 years ago. And her first double.
Patrick Rafter, by the way, is trying to inspire the troops down under in Australia. He's the Davis Cup captain. Because they're having similar issues, if not worse. Where are players? They have an incredible history. And Sam Stosur, they got to find a way to, her success, inspire some kids down there to get playing tennis.
Bernard Tomic, 18-year-old, was in the championship here. He's there on the boys' side. They're a promising young guy.
The difference to me on this surface is that Serena's better able to flatten her shots out and to penetrate the court. Sam's not as comfortable hitting the ball flat. She likes a more margin for error. She uses more wrist. There's not the same weight of shot.
And that style paid off at Roland Garros.
Good. That's really nice. Well, she needs time to hit this big forehand of hers, Sam. And that's why she likes the clay so much. You wouldn't think that an Aussie with a big serve wants clay, but she likes it. And that high kick of hers works on clay as well.
Terrific doubles player, isn't she?
Oh, yeah. Just one of the best of her generation. And then she missed an awful lot of time when she contracted Lyme disease. That French Open final, she had a real long hangover from that loss. I honestly think Schiavone just played a great match, but she thought that she was overwhelmed by it. And been to sports psychologist since then and has really worked hard to get back into another major final now. It took a lot out of her.
No titles for her this 2011 season. A couple of runner-ups.
This is really pretty.
Well, it's pretty, Mary, because all the other opponents of Serena Williams seem to have come on the court so petrified that the first set's over before you look up. So it's nice to see her in it.
Stosur's best results this year, the finals of Rome, the loss to Sharapova, and in Toronto this summer, Serena beat her in the finals with their last meeting.
Well, I think it says something that they've split their last 4 meetings. When Sam has won, she's needed 3 sets. And when Serena's won, she's done it in straights. Sam, this opening set is absolutely key for the Aussie.
Two for 8 first serves, starting this match for Serena. Oh, she missed it.
And she certainly was in a position to finish off the point. Didn't need to have to go as big as she did there. And she missed that pretty badly.
Well, you know, she uses gut, all gut in her racket. So her shots when they're on are vicious. But when she's a little tight, it can fly on her.
There's her second ace. Venus Williams played the first round and won, and then the immune disease was announced. She pulled out of the championship and may not play now for up to a half year for medication to have its full effect. She wondered why she was so tired and had no energy. We certainly send our best wishes to a quick recovery and full recovery to Venus Williams. Break point on the net cord.
Well, she's had success, as we alluded to just before this game. She's got to be willing to move in because she's a good volleyer. She needs to be aggressive when given the opportunity. This is a really good start for her. So legs look fresh. She's recovered from those long matches he's played up to this point.
And there's the break. The underdog, Samantha Stosur, has the early lead. Has the lead 2-1 here in the opening set. She has only 2 career titles. She won 2 years ago in Osaka, and then last year the Family Circle on clay.
But clearly she knows that's coming. That's Samantha Stosur's favorite serve, that kick out wide. And that's the way you got to handle it. You got to cut it off. Angle it off. Find that ball early like she did there. Otherwise you have to go way, way back. It could really put you in a precarious position. Fairly cool for what we've seen most of the second week, besides the rain, the cloud cover, a lot of humidity obviously. Ball so far seems to be flying quite a bit on Serena. You know, conditions are heavier.
Lights are on here at a little after 5 o'clock.
Boy, that had a wicked spin on it. Watch the way this ball kicks into the Serena Williams body. See it move about 2 feet.
She secures the break. It's 3-1. Our aerial coverage of the 2011 U.S. Open Tennis Championships provided by DirecTV.
Serena's still trying to get calm here. That last service game, she only got in 1 first serve, that ace.
Continues to have trouble. That first ball.
That flies on her.
Well, remember, she did play late, and she looks lethargic so far.
I don't think she looks lethargic. I think she looks tight. It's showing up in her serve, which is usually her go-to move.
Another second serve.
That's beautiful.
I think the crowd just expected Serena to come storming out of the gates, take the early lead like she has the whole tournament. They're stunned at the moment. Not sure what to make of this. Happy that it looks like this is going to be a close match.
That has become the best serve for Serena because she doesn't even have to get it in over 100 miles an hour. The angle on it, the rhythm on it is so sweet and so true. Anytime she gets into trouble, she can go there. Especially against Sam, because Stosur's backhand is pretty stiff. She can't stretch wide on those.
Remember, in the match last night in the semifinals, Serena Williams called for a medical timeout to deal with a foot or toe problem. And of course, that was the same foot that she lacerated after Wimbledon 2 years ago.
Same toe that caused her to pull out of Cincy. It looks a bit like a turf toe. That's the way you deal with it. You step over to your right, and you use the angle as well. Take it earlier. This is a beautiful return.
Cut it off, didn't she?
All of a sudden, she has a chance to go with a double break.
Right. 29% of her serves in. David Taylor, the coach of Stosur, has to like how Samantha has opened this final.
That can't sound good on the other side of the net.
Maybe the alarm just went off here. Wake up call.
That's what you were talking about, John, that Serena can hit the ball so flat and so deep that it doesn't allow Stosur to set up her own forehand, which takes time.
I'm also surprised to see, this is why I think she's a little, feeling the effects of last night. She hasn't hit a serve harder than 103 so far. That's pretty unusual for her. It's gone pretty much exclusively to that type of slice. Got it up to 109 there, but she did this and it worked against Wozniacki, but almost exclusively that wide serve. And then the second set hit almost all flat ones up the middle. She needs to start mixing it up more here.
There it is.
Well, it just called out.
Just
wide.
missed.
Well, it looked like she had plan to attack, go right up the middle to take away Serena's angle, overhit it.
And the ace secures the game. She's still down a break. 3-2 Stosur, opening set.
Poppy Montgomery.
And by United Healthcare. Most Grand Slam singles titles, most majors in the Open era. Graf 22, Margaret Court 24 in her career, going pre-Open. Martina Navratilova and Chris Evert at 18, and Serena Williams with 13. She's already placed herself Hall of Fame status. And she trails Stosur here. 3-2. Stosur serving first set. 9 winners, 7 unforced errors from Williams here in the opening set.
She wasn't feeling any pressure, real pressure against her other opponents. Stosur's holding serve and challenging her Serena's. So it's going to force Serena to feel it for the first time in this championship, cause her to maybe overhit, create errors. Just extraordinary composure from Sam Stosur too. And she knows what kind of firepower she's facing. She's moving well, serving well, going after her own shots, especially her forehand.
Serena's got to get her footwork moving, or she's really not moving well so far.
Holds at love. It's 2-4, and here's CBS Swing Vision.
Watch how much work Stosur, watch how much wrist she uses here. All the muscle, look at that. I mean, that's a wide serve, and it's taking itself away from Stosur, and that just shows how alert she is. Cutting that thing off, finding that angle, and then muscling it over. This is exactly the opposite of how she played in her first major final 2 years ago against Frankie Schiavone at the French. And this thing, King and Shvedova were just a couple points away from winning the women's championship in straight sets. Great, great match and terrific effort.
How about Grace Min from Norcross, Georgia? She is the girls champion, a 17-year-old senior in high school. Golding's Brit. So Great Britain has a young guy coming along.
Not to mention the fact that Serena's energy level is just not high at the moment.
Now, you mentioned the movement. Maybe that foot is bothering her more than we know.
That's a good point.
6 straight points now, won by Stosur. Another error, and 3 more break points for Stosur.
She's about to explode. She looked like she was about to smash her racket after she missed that last ball. Look at this. This is way long. Just right here, she says, you know, I might have to just get rid of this one. But thinks the better of it. 2-4, love 40. She's getting 1 out of 3 of her serves, first serves in.
That takes away the big part of her game. Didn't move well there either. So Stosur holds it love and now breaks it love. 5-2. She serves for the set. Enjoying the first set. She has a double break lead and serves for the opening set at 5-2.
She's moving a lot better than Serena, and it's really paying dividends. It's got some Aussies chanting. Everything is working right now for Samantha Stosur. Perhaps, like Mary said, lessons well learned from that first final she played at the French. This has been shockingly easy so far.
10 straight points against Serena Williams.
She's not afraid to go into the Williams forehand, which is Serena's weakness. That's the one that breaks down on her. But I still sort of feel like the match starts right now.
She finally fires it. Just in absolute disgust what's happened these first 30 minutes.
Nothing close to this in the entire 2 weeks of the championship. Serena Williams dominating her opponents, and here it's Stosur in domination with 11 consecutive points. Serena hasn't won a point since back at 1-3. For Stosur. She closed out the set with 2 love service games and breaking Serena Williams at love. Well, that's a stunning first set for Samantha Stosur. 6-2 dominating, closing out the set with 12 consecutive points won, and Serena Williams pulled her game together. Who is this woman masquerading as the 3-time champion? First time she's lost a set here in this championship. Stosur has won the first set of all 6 of her matches thus far, but has lost 3 times in the second set. And only the net cord breaks the string of 13 consecutive points for the Aussie.
Well, perhaps the crowd will help Serena here, because she needs to energize. She's playing too much off her heels. She's not moving her feet very well right now. She seems very flat.
And that first serve is really the telling Achilles so far. Just can't get that big powerful serve to win some easy points. Those are picking on the second serve.
There doesn't seem yet to be any spring in her legs.
Father Richard Williams, a little tough to watch. Those last 3 games of the first set.
And Stosur felt all the pressure in the French Open final. She was supposed to beat Francesca Schiavone. She's not feeling any pressure tonight. Serena is. What a different dynamic that is.
Well, she's going to start feeling it if she keeps playing this way for a few more games. Everyone's just expect her to keep it up. Just rout Williams. And they're going to start to pull for then unbelievably with the underdog Serena to get her back in the match.
At 80-mile-an-hour second serve and smacked for a winner by Stosur. 2 more break points. There's the ace. Needs a lot more of those.
Here's the crowd waking up. And it wakes Serena. They're going to have to play a letdown.
She shouted in the middle of that shot. The ball had not landed, and she was saying, come on.
She should play a let.
Sam is looking at the chair.
This is before. She touched it after she yelled.
That's bad form. That is bad form.
I don't know if it's her point. She's giving Stosur the point.
Well,
Now that seems like they should play a let.
Yeah.
I don't know about the point.
Wow. Serena's accusing her of doing this to her before.
That
We're going to get, hopefully Mary Jo Fernandez can get us a ruling on the with the referee on that.
Point goes to Stosur.
Well, you can hear her shout out before the ball arrived at Stosur's end.
well, she did shout out. There's no doubt about that. Now, clearly it did shout before, and Stosur did touch it, although that's the best she could have done. I don't think the shout, although that was weird. I must admit that I think it should have been a let.
I think the fans agree with you, John. And Serena's got to hold it together. We all remember what happened 2 years ago playing Kim Clijsters.
Yeah, but in a weird way, this may help her
Oh,
the way
absolutely.
with Djokovic last year.
And
I mean,
this could throw off
yesterday, what was
Sam.
it?
This could throw off Stosur, which would be a pity.
So with the ruling by umpire Azdaraki, Stosur has her third break of the Serena Williams service and has the lead, a set and a break. Now, Serena Williams could have called for the referee for further interpretation of the rule. It did not. The crowd now rooting strongly in behalf of Serena Williams. Let's listen to what she said to Azdaraki.
It's totally not cool. Azdaraki in the chair for the Clijsters match. I didn't remember that.
I didn't either.
I guess Serena did. Yeah, this is bad news for Sam Stosur because now the crowd is energized and so is Serena.
Serena playing with an extra shot of adrenaline.
Talk about a chip on your shoulder now. By the way, it wasn't the umpire 2 years ago. Then she was told it default, Serena, and she didn't call the football.
And suddenly Stosur off form. That may have been the alarm clock ringing in Serena Williams' life.
First break point for Williams.
Three chances to break back. Stosur used to be #1 in the world in doubles. She's very comfortable up there. Great point at the net.
Well, certainly at the moment, an absolute no-win situation for Stosur. So the best thing she can do is to try to win some points, exciting points like this. The only other thing she could have done is like say, I'm not taking the game, I'm going to play a let. That's a pretty tough deal that she just endured and made this match a whole lot more interesting.
Erasing a couple of break points. Here's a third chance for Serena Williams to get even in the second set. Sister Venus looking hopefully.
The verbal hindrance rule is something that Serena is using right now to fire up these fans. And frankly, it's terribly unfair to Sam Stosur what's happened. But this could change everything. Anger is an incredible fuel for Serena Williams. 2 years ago, it got her thrown out of this joint. This time around, it could help her win the title.
It certainly has awakened this crowd at Arthur Ashe in her support. Let's see if she can hold her serve. She's lost it 3 times. Good. Brian Early is the referee. Mary Jo Fernandez had a chance to get the interpretation of that rule. Mary Jo.
Dick, I spoke to Brian earlier, the China referee. He said the chair umpire made the correct call. It is the intentional hindrance rule, even though Serena on purpose did not try to hurt Sam Stosur. The rule interpretation is that point goes against Serena.
By the way, we've been told this was not the woman who was in the chair for the Clijsters semi 2 years ago.
Maybe she was the one in the Capriati match.
No, that wasn't her either. By the way, I just got a text message from my great friend Pam Schreiber, who said it happened earlier in the Open on Grandstand with the Bartoli match. The point was also taken away immediately. So it's the proper interpretation of the rule. Eva Azdaraki did the right thing.
Caught the line. 40-15.
40-15.
So for doing the right thing, according to what you're saying, Mary, she should get a cut of that bonus that Serena may be winning the Open Series.
And she holds. It's 2-1 on serve in the second set. Sam Stosur won the opener. In the early portion of the second set, and Serena Williams, who struggled through the opening set, lost it quickly 6-2 to Samantha Stosur, now showing a different sort of life with some anger in part of her game. 1-2. Stosur serves in the
She
second
gave
set.
the chair the business that whole last changeover.
What is going through Stosur's mind right now? Boy. Out in the middle of this, that is for sure. You can see that her level of play has slipped considerably since this took place, the last couple games.
15-30. And with that, 2 break points for Serena Williams to finally force herself into the lead in this second set. Stosur, that's her first ace.
That's the biggest serve of the day, and she needs some of these right now to right the ship.
Still down a break point. Serena Williams had a chance to continue to come forward and elected not to. Backed off.
A good point, Dick. She had her where she wanted her. She forced her to hit that slice backhand. She plays some good defense, Stosur. She's a scrambler and a hustler for sure. That's a point Serena could have won had she moved in, like you said there.
Makes you wonder all the more if that foot is bothering Serena Williams. Some great defense by Stosur, and it pays off.
Absolutely right. Plus, there was another opportunity that Serena started to move in and then backpedaled. 2 points in a row where she's hesitated about coming to net.
Stosur wipes away 2 break points and now has a game point for 2-all.
She's given the all-out effort, Stosur, that's for sure. That's almost won her this game. Still battling. Momentum totally gone.
Serena is back to playing at 1 point at a time, and that's when she gets the most dangerous. She could be down and out, not even playing well. She can turn it all around by using that mindset.
There's a big serve that gives Stosur another game point.
Just luckily for her, she's been able to keep her concentration and intensity level focused, even when these crazy last 10 minutes or so. Certainly slipped for a few games. Seems like she's got it back. Yeah, that's nice. Good effort.
Second ace, 2-all. Here is the conversation in the changeover.
Wow.
2-all here in the second. Stosur won the opening set 6-2. There are a lot of ways to chastise another person, and you're what, not nice inside, ugly inside, whatever she said.
Oh, there was a lot more to that conversation, too. She kept it up the entire changeover. She was talking to the chair, and so Eva Ozdraki was looking down at her to listen, and she said, "Don't look at me." And that kept going on.
Double fault. And again, Ozdraki, as confirmed by the referee Brian Early, made the right call. There are rules for verbal interference in almost every sport. Even in football, you can't call out false numbers if you're on defense while the quarterback's calling out his signals. .40-15. You can't run into the free throw lane and start challenging a guy that's shooting a free throw. There's certain limitations.
There's a gray area. You know, there's people talking. There's
even
when they're shooting free throws, saying things. That was a tight call.
Ace for Williams. It's 3-2 on serve. Here's the point in issue. It was a break point to open the second set, and Serena Williams, with a forehand that she thought was so good, she shouted before the ball arrived to Stosur. So that's verbal infringement or interference, and you lose the point.
Well, we all agree on one thing, right? She thought she had hit a winner. We all agree on that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so that's why she did that. She didn't do that to hinder her. Correct? Mary, do we all agree on that part so far? I see you give me the evil eye.
No, I'm not giving you the evil eye. I don't. Look, clearly she had won the point, but the fact is you can't be barking in the middle of a point.
That may be the best shot she hit today. What I'm saying, there's been tons of other players in this tournament that have shouted themselves before, the point when they hit the shot. Now, most of the time, if not the great majority, the player doesn't touch the ball or is near enough where no one even thinks twice about it. Because of how quick Sam Stosur is, and how well she covers the court, she made a very dynamic move to her left to just give it the all-out effort. The guy who inspired us, Mary, Harry Hopman, he always said to just stick your racket out. Something good may happen. There was a classic example of that case. Because she stuck her racket out and barely touched it. But yet, because I guess the rule says, to me this is a gray area, because I think yes, you could say that was a slight hindrance. I would have played a let, watching.
If Sam had,
or that rule should be changed, or it's a very gray area, because I don't think she should be given the point.
If Sam had offered a let, she wouldn't have lost the crowd.
That's also an accurate statement. Not easy to do, but it would have been a win then for her. And you can see in the meantime, when she was up a set in the break because of that, things have swung the other way. And Serena's certainly playing better than she did up to that point. And Stosur's not playing as well. She's fighting to keep it together here. Yet she's still on serve, and she's still about potentially 3 games or so away from winning this.
Let's
keep that in mind.
Releasing the trophy.
I think it would be a really good idea for Sam to beat Serena in straight sets. I mean, if she's got any choice at all, that would be the way to go.
That's a good play. It's 3-all. So let's go back to the changeover after that exchange.
A code violation because I expressed who I am. We're in America last night. Or am I going to get violated for water? Really, don't even look at me. I promise you, don't look at me. Because I am not the water. Don't look my way.
Understandably, very upset. There was no profanity in all of that verbalization of her feelings.
Well, that clearly swung this thing in a huge way. But I got to give Stosur a lot of credit. Because almost anyone would have been unnerved and felt like, in a sense, guilty, unsure what to do. I'm sure the way Sam was feeling that she was, in a way, given that and didn't deserve it. And it was only natural not to know how to react to that. And that's what caused, for a couple games, her sort of losing it. But she's fighting hard out there. She certainly deserves a better fate.
John, surely you know that this happened in a lot of your matches, where you would have it with the chair, and all of a sudden all the fans were on your side, and the poor Mook on the other side has lost his rhythm and his concentration.
Actually, I'm not so sure. I wish that was the case.
I think
I managed to get him against me. Get him on my side?
I think.
Depending on the
Challenge.
Yeah, you can challenge me, but I know what I saw.
venue. 75-mile-an-hour second serve, and Stosur pickles that one.
I'll tell you, Sam, we keep showing David Taylor, Sam's coach. She lost in the first round of Wimbledon and was so down on herself, and Taylor just kept saying to her, no, let's keep going, let's go. He never lost confidence in her. He never stopped believing in her. And here she is in the U.S. Open final playing great tennis under ridiculous, tense atmosphere. Not created by her.
And here's a break point for Stosur. This is a critical point coming up.
The way that she's moving has gotten to Serena in her head. It's a clear edge to Stosur in terms of movement. Didn't expect to see that.
Stosur is in the lead, 4-3. She's already up a set, 2 games from the title. Deep holes in her career. That's why she is a 13-time major champion. This is going to be quite a challenge. She's down a set and down a break, 4-3. Stosur serving. Just a couple of games from the championship for the Aussie.
Sam's about to try to win the 2 most difficult games of her career. For all the chaos of this second set and all the good play and comeback displayed by Serena. A lot of pressure on Sam now.
Will make it that much more satisfying if she is able to pull it off. risky there with that first slice. She's just trying to get the ball back. It's short. And Serena's not up there quickly enough. She just has to sort of push it down the line. Just Stosur's weapon, that forehand.
Well, as you can imagine, the country of Australia proud of their tennis heritage, and so many players have come through a generation without satisfying the need for a major title. The last Aussie to win the U.S. Open was before the birth of Sam Stosur, 1973, Margaret Court. The last to win any major, Ivan Gulagan-Cawley at Wimbledon. That was 1980. This is huge down under.
I can tell you what I can relate to, Mary, is the fact that she had this sympathy. Whether it was deserved or not is another question. When the call was made against her, then she vented, and she hurt herself, and she probably felt guilty about sort of going after her unnecessarily, because it wasn't, if it's such a black and white call. And emotionally, it's Stosur that's sort of back on track.
Serena's on the ropes. 3-5 down in the second after losing the opening set. She has to hold here to try to force Samantha into serving, and that'd be a tough service game for the championship.
She's fired up for sure. They're going to get new balls. I had problems where you get negative. Serena's had it. Murray yesterday was, too negative. The players feed off that. Stosur heard that on the changeover. 2-1. Serena, now she's up 5-3.
Serena has just played Sam Stosur's forehand way too much.
Certainly not moving like the Serena Williams we know.
More unforced errors than winners. 23 unforced, only 18 winners. Stosur, a more controlled game. 18 winners, 12 unforced errors. Stosur is 2 points from the championship. 15-30. Championship point, and Stosur's got a couple of them. What a breakfast party this must be in Australia. 1 point away. One championship point save, but another for Stosur. Fans trying to urge Serena to come up with a big serve, get out of this hole, at least in this game. She's still got a heartbeat.
She's done this more than any female player I've ever seen. Saved match points and come back and won championships.
Thank you.
Another championship point.
She's hoping that ball is out, but that's too short. There's no chance at all.
Thank you.
First serve percentage really has not been up to standard for Serena Williams. It's been costly. Oh my. A fantastic upset. Australian Samantha Stosur in straight sets is the champion of the United States Open. So the little girl who dreamed about being a tennis star while watching her idol in Australia, Pat Rafter, win this U.S. Open back when she was 13, 14 years of age, wouldn't go to school until she could see the finish for Rafter. Well, she has finished her work today as champion of the United States Open. It's been so long for Australia. And as they would say over there, good on you, Samantha.
For sure. There was talk, and why couldn't she do better on this surface? Well, she's shut everyone up now, that is for sure. Whoa, be careful.
And only Serena Williams knows how much that foot might have bothered her game today.
She certainly wasn't the person we're used to seeing in these type of occasions, but Stosur, we talked how she had a battle even to get to this championship final, and she looked fresh as a daisy. And after all that went on early in that second set, it would have been easy mentally to sort of slip up. She did just so temporarily, but to pull it back together and just take it to her, keep her composure. She always was given the ultimate effort, and it was just an outstanding way to win your first U.S. Open title and first Grand Slam for Sam Stosur. Good for her.
Well, high marks for her play, Samantha Stosur. She won it. A nice exchange at the end. Congratulations from Serena Williams, who does not shake the umpire's hand, Eva Azdaraki. The last Aussie to win 31 years ago a major. Stosur has done it today. So in a major upset, the 9th seed Samantha Stosur knocks off the 13-time major champion, and these two women having a discussion, both smiling as if they're going to have tea right after the action here
that's
today.
unusual. You don't see that very often, by the way, the two finalists sitting next to each other after the match is over. Maybe Serena looking to make some sort of amends about what happened, and it turned out it didn't matter. The better player won on the day. It's as simple as that.
That's the 20th winner of this championship match for Samantha Stosur. One more than Serena, and far less unforced errors for this 27-year-old, born in Brisbane, lives in Adelaide, Gold Coast. And David Taylor and her camp celebrating it undoubtedly with all of the country of Australia. It's tomorrow morning there. A new champion, Stosur. That wonderful disbelief.
Yep.
That comes out saying, how did I do that? I came to New York. Did I really think I would be the champion of the United States Open? We're going to get her remarks as she raises the trophy when we return to New York.
Are you curious?
AT&T, TD Ameritrade, and by Xerox. A 27-year-old Aussie who has won only 2 titles in her entire career. None this year has won the United States Open Championship. Let's go down to Mary Carrillo.
Thank you, Dick. Ladies and gentlemen, what an electrifying night of tennis that was. Let's hear it once more for Serena Williams and Sam Stosur. To begin the trophy ceremony, it's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the board and president of the USTA, John Vergozen.
Thank you very much, Mary. Good evening, everyone. What a tremendous match and what a tremendous 2 weeks we have. How about a round of applause for these 2 great champions? It's been a very difficult 2 weeks, but we want to thank the fans who've stood by us and supported us, because you're the best fans in the world. Thank you so much. And Serena, I have to tell you, it's great to have you back on court. You've had a tremendous comeback this year. We love you. You're one of the great American champions, and we're very proud of you. And Samantha, I know down under and around the world they're cheering for you. What a tremendous performance. You had 12 hours on the court. You did a fabulous job. Congratulations on your first U.S. Open championship.
Serena, you have played this woman a bunch of times before, but has she ever been able to play like that, to beat you and to beat Serena Williams in straight sets? That's about as hard as it gets.
Yeah, no, she played really, really well. You know, she's a great player, and it's good to see. I tried my hardest, and she just kept hitting winners, and I was just like, oh my God, what am I doing? But I tried, and you know, I had fun, and you know, it's good.
Tell me what happened at the beginning of that second set when you had it out with the chair umpire. It actually seemed to energize you. Can you talk about what happened? And at least for a while, certainly these fans changed their mind about what was going on out there too.
Yeah, you know, I was just doing my best, and I hit a winner, but I guess it didn't count. So, you know, it wouldn't have mattered in the end. Sam played really well, and, you know, thank you, Joe, for letting me get this far. It's been an arduous road. 6 months ago in the hospital, I never thought I would be standing here today. And I didn't think I'd be standing, let alone here, so.
It was that bad.
Pardon?
It was that bad.
Oh yeah, I was pretty close, but you know, thanks to my mom and my sisters and my dad and, you know, Sasha and Esther and Mackie, who's been great on my team, and Suzanne and Jill and everyone over in my box that's been so supportive. It's been unbelievable. I'm really emotional. I might start crying, but thank you so much. It's really been, it's been good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in addition to being a finalist here tonight, Serena also finished first in the Olympus US Open Bonus Challenge, and because of that, because he got to the finals here, you're going to get an extra $500,000 of bonus prize money. There you go. And now on behalf of the USTA, John Burgosen will present the finalist trophy.
Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear for our champion, Samantha Stosur of Australia. Is it fair to say you had a good night?
Yeah, I think I had one of my best days, so I guess I'm very fortunate to have been able to do it on this stage in New York, where I've always loved to play, so thanks everyone.
You have been dreaming about this since you're about 10 years old?
About that, ever since I really started playing and knew what a Grand Slam was. This was a dream of mine to be here one day, and it's kind of speechless. I don't even really know what to say and how I'm feeling, but...
Does it feel the way you thought it would feel?
I think so. I think it does. But I do want to say, Serena, you are obviously a fantastic player and a great champion, and you've done wonders for our sport, so thank you very much.
Oh. Very nice. It's about 8:15 in the morning in the Gold Coast, Monday morning. You figure a couple of people have just watched this back home?
I think so. From the messages I was getting, lots of people were getting up early and watching, and so thanks everyone back home for supporting me. I don't know what to say. All my friends, all my family, and everyone else, thanks so much for supporting me all the time, not just today, but forever. So I look forward to coming back home.
You'll probably have a couple of people greeting you. First, to hand you a prize money check for $1.8 million, US dollars, is Mary Callahan Erdos, the CEO of JP Morgan Asset Management. Come on over.
It's the biggest check we've ever given.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
There we go.
Thank you. We're going to see you tomorrow at the bank.
All right.
It's going to be good fun.
Thank you.
And now on behalf of the USTA, John Burgosen will present the U.S. Open trophy to Sam Stosur. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2011 ladies singles champion, Samantha Stosur.
So the woman who set a record during the course of this championship, the longest tiebreak ever played in a women's match in the open era, the longest match ever by a woman in U.S. Open history, makes short work of championship business tonight, dismissing the three-time U.S. Open champion Serena Williams 6-2, 6-3. We'll be back with more right after this word from your local station, looking at the controversy that sparked the second set.